Former senior national security advisor in the U.S. Senate. He joins me now live from Washington. Eric, good to have you here with us on TRT World. How significant is this development?
Well, it's not very surprising. We know that this investigation has gone on for over a year now. And we also know that the National Archives has been trying since Donald Trump left the White House to get these documents returned. And of course, we know Jack Smith was brought in specifically to undergo this investigation. So Donald Trump has always been the target. It's just that now it's been formalized and made public.
How is this going to impact his chances of getting the Republican nomination?
It's unclear how any of these investigations are going to impact Donald Trump, particularly with a base that still seems to readily support the former president. We know that right now that he has currently been indicted in Manhattan. And of course, there are these investigations both at the federal level and of course in Georgia. Now, if it don't, it's a question of when, in fact, those indictments actually come down that we will actually get a sense of where Donald Trump stands. What could be potentially problematic for the former president is that now we know that a former prosecutor and former governor, Chris Christie, has entered the race, and he is certainly going to prosecute Donald Trump from a political standpoint. And that certainly could be problematic. It doesn't mean that Chris Christie is going to be the nominee, but it could be the beginning of more potential candidates who are running actually coming out and being critical of Donald Trump and his handling of key documents as well as other issues.
Eric, to what extent do you think this probe is basically going to increase Donald Trump's popularity?
Well, I think Donald Trump has already reached his ceiling in terms of the number of people that are supporting his candidacy. Right now, he appears to have a grip on the Republican base. But again, what we have already seen, too, is that when Donald Trump was president, we know that his party lost the House of Representatives, the Senate, and of course, he lost the White House in 2020. And I think it's going to be very difficult for him to actually win back a number of voters, particularly suburban women and independents in a general election, particularly with the specter of not just indictment, but possibly being found guilty of multiple crimes, both at the state and federal level.
Eric Ham, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.